Yes, guys. Today, a very exciting case study about our Black Friday record day that we did. We did 161K in one day. You can do the quick maths. We did around 40K net profit in just one day, over 2,000 orders. And that was on the 28th of November, so that was Black Friday. I think the whole weekend we did over 100K days every day. So we kept the momentum that we managed to grab during Black Friday, and we managed to extend it to this day. Currently, it is the 6th December when I'm recording this, and we're still doing between 70 and 80K days. So this day was really important for us because this day was we were able to catch momentum that we can extend through all our stores and through all the month of December, which is also a really strong month in e-commerce. Don't underestimate it. But I'm just gonna record this case study pretty raw, unedited, just like you guys know how we do it here. All the info that I'm gonna share here is also available in the AB Inner Circle. There we go even more in depth into all of this on how we really optimize it. Like I'm gonna give you guys like the general things, what we did, how we prepared for this, all the preparation that we did on the stores, email marketing, in the Google feeds. Everything we did is explained in the AB Inner Circle, but I'll go through this also in this video because, as you know, AB likes to share value that no one else dares to share because no one's getting these results either. I feel like we're responsible for making these kind of videos because no one makes raw videos like this. Like I feel like if I had these kind of videos back when Archer and I started 6 months ago or a year ago, that would be like a life changer for us. Just raw content and edited, no random promotions, nothing. Just how we did it, to the point. That's it. Implement what we do, and you will get close to the same results as us. But let's dive straight into it. Enough yapping. Let's go straight into it. So 161K in one day is a significant amount. Here are some screenshots of some stores. Obviously, this is done through mostly Google Ads. I would say between, like, if you want to see the scale, like I'd say 65% was Google Ads and 35% was Meta Ads. Because if you know our strategy, we like to do omni-channel advertising. So what we do is we launch a Google store. Once the Google store catches momentum, what's momentum? You know, for some stores it might be 5K days, for some stores it might be 10K days. We start implementing also Meta ads to kind of boost the Google revenue because people that see your ad on Meta might go on Google, search for the same product, and you can retarget them there in that way. And also on Pinterest, we start advertising for bigger stores. So that's kind of how we omni-channel everything to get the most out of it. So here there's one store, our US store, which did almost 90K USD in one day. Then we have another one here, Danish store, this 24K, 13K, 8.7K. Like as you can see, like I'm not gonna put all the 12 stores that we have in here, but we have US stores, UK stores, Australian stores. I forgot to put it in here actually. We have stores across whole Europe, Denmark, Switzerland, whatever. We try and spread our risks. That's one of the game changes we also had. Like our first success, which was in April, May, we felt like we were on top of the world. We had two stores which were doing pretty good. It was a Danish store and an Australian store. We weren't that familiar yet with Google and the feed optimization and all that. We just got really lucky. We had two Meta stores which were doing alright, and through a contact, we started with Google Ads. We made the GMC, we set up some process, all that, and quickly we started seeing like a lot of sales coming in from Google. So for us, that was like, okay, damn, this Google thing is actually like, it's actually like you can make a lot of money from it. So what we did is we tried to make another Google store, and there we started seeing problems. For example, like what are the problems you see with Google stores? Misrepresentations, suspensions, Google Ads ID verifications. There's all kinds of suspensions that can happen on merchant center level. And one day to the other, like both of our GMCs just got suspended for misrepresentation. And back in the days, we didn't have the context that we have yet. Now we didn't have insider contacts. We didn't have anything of that, which we do have now, and we're able to provide it also in the AB Inner Circle to help others get their GMCs approved easily. But yeah, we tried to work with many agencies before, but they're all dog shit, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna say it out loud here, like, they're all dog shit. They all make promises like, oh, we can get it back in 10 days, 7 days, blah, 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 and they never do. So the only way for us to get GMCs approved is through our insider contacts. Um, it might be a bit more expensive, but in the end, like if you're paying 1K or 1.5K for a GMC approval, I mean, you can make so much more money out of that. So we look at it as an investment, not as a spending. We're buying GMCs, we're approving them, launching ads, and within a month they're profitable. So we make our money back, guaranteed. In my opinion, ecom is better than investing in crypto, investing in stocks or whatever, because literally every euro we spend is 2.5, 3 euros out. So literally printing at that point. But to get back to the point, like, we try and spread our risks through multiple stores, multiple countries. For example, we have certain stores in European countries that are already live for I think 8 months. The GMC hasn't had any suspensions. We have a Dutch store which didn't even get a misrep. Like, we were waiting for the misrep to come. Yes, sorry, I got called by my mom. So we're back. Yeah, so what was I saying? We try and spread our risk through multiple stores, different markets. Obviously, we prefer some markets over the others. Let's say credit card only markets, because there we won't have the headaches with local payment methods and whatever. So it's also really important to keep that in mind. If you want to enter a market, make sure you can provide the local payment methods. We saw a significant drop, for example, in certain markets where we're using local payment methods through Stripe, and then Stripe just suspended our account, so we weren't able to provide the payment methods. Well, obviously our conversion rate from 3 to, I'd say, like 1.1, 1.2, so significant drop there, so we had to downscale the budgets and so on. But one thing I found quite interesting, that on Black Friday, if we zoom in again here, I mean, here you will see 0% conversion rate because we use a third-party checkout. Also provide that plug in the AB Inner Circle. Already onboarded quite a bit of people, and really happy with the results that we're seeing with this new payment processor. So really nice. But for example, here, like, we saw an conversion rate of 5%, which is insane. Like, for a dropship store, we sell general fashion, if you didn't know yet. So clothing and all that. We don't sell gadgets or anything like that. We keep it clothing focused. But a conversion rate of 5. Here, a conversion rate of 1.7. Here, a conversion rate of 2.68. These conversion rates are insanely high for a Google store especially. So how did we manage to do that? Well, honestly, I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I think it's the buying power during Black Friday, which is so high. People don't think twice about buying it, and that's maybe a thing why out of the Black Friday period, you might see half of this conversion rate or even lower than that. Like, let's say our usual conversion rate is around 2. And the reason because of that is people see your item on a Google store and they're like, okay, is now the best time to buy, or should I buy it in a week? Or should I scroll and find some more items on other stores? So that's why I imply, like, omni-channel advertising is super, super important, because you can target the same people that are looking for the same item on different platforms. We can target them on Meta, Google, Pinterest, anywhere. With Google, you can also have display ads, so you can come on YouTube on the sideline. There is websites which also have Google sponsored ads, which, for example, like if you're reading newspapers, sometimes you see it on the right screen, there is like these images and all that. These are all kinds of ways to retarget visitors. But I think during Black Friday, the thing is, like, the buying power is so high. People don't think twice about buying it. They need to buy now, because now is Black Friday. Now is the most important time of the year to buy the new wardrobe for winter. So that's why the conversion rate is that high. But enough said about the stores. Like, this is just screenshots of the store dashboard. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I can talk about how in the morning it was a slow morning, and then in the evening it went skyrocket, all of that. But I'll dive more deep into that here. What is this, you may be wondering? We set as a target, like our target was 100K in Black Friday, no matter what. We had to do it. So what did we do to prepare for this? Well, obviously, communication is number one key. Archer and me had many calls the week before and weeks before even to kind of plan out everything, going from how we're gonna clean up the Google feeds to really have our top performance and no low performance eat budget. We set clear goals. We make sure our credit card limits were increased. We made sure everywhere was topped up. We made sure that we were catching emails. So what did we do is we enabled email pop-up on the product page, on the collection page, everywhere to kind of grab all the emails. So during the first, like the 2 weeks before Black Friday, we saw a huge decrease in performance. Why? Because people are in discovery phase. They were like, okay, I like this store, I like this item, I'm gonna write it down on my list, and during Black Friday, I'm gonna buy it. So what's really important during that moment is that you also capture the email addresses of people going to your product page, collection page, whatever, because you're already paying for the traffic. So might as well already catch their email and grab the lead, the potential buyer. You know, so during Black Friday, you can spam them with emails, which I will go deeper into this here also, what kind of emails that we send to the customers. But that's kind of the preparation that went into our Black Friday. Like we were also planning out what emails are we going to send out, what kind of campaigns do we want to do. For example, a campaign that we saw trending in many big brands is like, we are refunding the next 50 orders. And then the next email was like, we've already refunded up to $12,000 the last hour. Make sure to take advantage of this and get your order refunded. Obviously, these brands weren't refunding, or maybe they were, whatever. But this is a really good campaign that you can also run because people see it from bigger brands. So if you start doing it, obviously they have thought this, they spent millions thinking of that idea. Well, we can use the same idea in dropshipping, obviously. About the feed cleanup, Google, we go very deep into this in the inner circle, but I'll explain you guys a little bit. What did we do? So obviously you have the Google feed, let's say 500 products in your feed. From those 500, let's say 20 or 30 are going to take most of the sales. And then there's going to be like, let's say 50, 60 low performance, and all the rest doesn't get any spent. Even though they're qualified products, sometimes they don't get spent. It's just like that. So what did we do is we cleaned up all the store, all our feeds. So we checked, okay, low performance. Last 30 days, if they had more than 50 spent, and ROAS was below 2.5, then we would just draft the product. Never unlist the product, but always draft products. In Google, it's really important that you draft products. We call them low performance, and that's pretty much how we cleaned up the feed. Also, another way I optimize the feed is by checking all the products which are catching momentum. And obviously, when you're uploading products at first of a GMC, we don't add discounts. So we upload products, make sure the image is like follows the rules. We have a whole SOP of that also in Discord. So make sure to upload images that are not with too much naked on it, not too much, no collages, nothing like that. Like there is plenty of rules you need to follow for Google to be able to be compliant and prevent being suspended. But one of the main things that is like you upload products without a sale on it, especially at the start. You don't want any discounts, but that means like products might start getting sales and might start going from low performer to high performer. But then it's up to you to find those products and add a discount to it, because obviously if it's Black Friday or any other kind of sale, and people see the item that they like but it's not on sale, they will not buy it. So it's important to put those items on sale as soon as you catch them. So that's also another way we optimize the feeds. Another thing we also did, and this is kind of a nugget that I'm going to drop, but whatever, we don't care. None of you guys are going to implement this anyways, or at least not many. So I might as well drop it. The way we do is like you might be wondering like how do we catch momentum so quickly on our stores? Like you've seen us scale stores from 0 to 40K days, 0 to 10, 0 to 20, whatever, in only a month time or even a week. We were planning to do another case study from 0 to 10K in a week Google store. We'll continue working on that actually because it's quite a nice video, and what we did there was pretty unique. But the reason also we catch such a quick momentum is because we list items lower than our competitors. So obviously in dropshipping, everyone is selling the same clothing, same item, same everything. But how is Google gonna rank you? Obviously based off title, how well do you match the search terms of someone searching for a certain item? For example, is your item called wool coat, or is it called double-breasted wool long coat, for example? That's way more specific. So if someone looks for wool long coat, you will be the first one to pop up. But also another really important factor is pricing yourself just a bit lower than your competitors. So let's say my competitors are pricing up at 44.95 USD. What would I do? I would price it at 41.95 USD. And we might be thinking, okay, yeah, but your profit margins are going to be lower. Correct. But for me, it's more important to catch momentum quick. And then once a product has momentum, I can increase the price to 44.95 or even up 49.95. And that's the way I outscale pretty much all my competitors in every market. And another way we kind of balance that out is by adding insured shipping and making sure our AOV is really optimized. So let's say I list an item for 41.95 USD. Well, by adding insured shipping or any kind of other upsell, which is pretty much just air that you're selling to people, you will be able to increase your average order value by a few dollars, which will balance out the lower price that you put compared to your competitors. So keep that in mind. We prefer to catch momentum quicker and then optimize afterwards to increase our net profits than the other way around. So to go back deeper into that, how did the fuck did we do 161K in one day during Black Friday? Well, one of the most important things was great communication with our media buyer. So every 2 to 3 hours, we were sending out an update with all the stores, all the revenue, their current ROAS, and kind of just make it a fun day. Like Black Friday is a really big day for e-commerce people, but don't forget to make it fun. Like e-commerce is fun, and most people take it way too serious, and we just have a blast, honestly. Like as you can see here, we're sending updates like every 2 to 3 hours. So here you see revenue, how much ad spent, and then the ROAS. As you can see, the ROASs were pretty fucking nice. And here you can see like us like freaking out. Like, let's go scale, woohoo, scale boy. I missed like 2K, 3K revenue while writing this, but whatever, scale. Like we were just having fun, honestly. There's music to my ears, climbing up to ROAS 4. Like it's 10 a.m. in the US, already having sick momentum. Like also things like this. Like in 1 hour, people stop working in the U, they go home and do nothing else and shopping the whole month. Then shopping the whole night, let's scale. Like this is kind of like a funny way that we were interacting with our media buyer, but for sure it paid off. Like I think here you can see like Archer and me were in a call also with our media buyer at some point, like for 3 hours, 3 minutes, 30 minutes. I think they also got a group chat, so we were pretty much in the call for the whole day. I woke up around 8 a.m. Mexico time zone, but Archer was awake for more than like 32 hours, so pretty insane what we did there. But that's one of the most important things actually, because our media buyer didn't have to go in all the ad accounts, all the Shopify stores to just check and scale. He could just scale based on of our messages and our hype. We were sending updates every 2 to 3 hours, even in the night we were sending them out, and then to a point where honestly, like we were just doubling the budgets. But as you know, with Google, if you double the budget, that doesn't mean Google is going to spend your whole budget. So that's really important also to know. You might double the budget, but it's only going to spend half. And that's kind of an annoying thing because you're getting outbid by others. So what we did is like we already prepared weeks before, and we tried to scale already to a good number, even though the budgets weren't spending completely. On Saturdays, Sundays, we saw that the budgets were actually getting spent, so that we know, okay, if there is high demand, the budgets will be spent. So that's also one thing we did a few weeks before also. But yeah, like all this is kind of the result of everything combined, like the feed cleanup, clear goals, communication, top-ups, credit limit increases. The email pop-up and the email marketing also played a big role during Black Friday, because obviously we're waking up our whole email list, which we grew the last few months. And we were sending out emails and offers. Like I just put here a simple example. Last hour, 25% Black Friday discount. And you can just read out the mail. This would go to a collection and boom. We were sending those out a lot during Black Friday. I think we were sending around 15 mails a day during the whole weekend. But also one thing that I want to mention, like not everything went perfect during Black Friday. Like we saw that we were lacking a lot on email marketing. Even though we were sending out a lot of emails, we were sending a lot of quantity, but the quality was nothing good. Like, we used to work with this email agency for a long time, and we were kind of blinded by it. Like, we didn't really pay attention to it, to the point where Black Friday was like there, and we were checking the emails, and we were like, these emails, like, the only thing they changed was the hero image. They don't change anything else. The offer stays the same. No urgency, no unique angle, just the plain ass same email, the same product list, and just changing the image. And the image was not even reflecting to our ideal persona. So there we saw, like, okay, after Black Friday, we couldn't switch email agency in the middle of Black Friday weekend. So we decided, okay, we're gonna just play this out. We'll take an L for email marketing, but then after Black Friday, so on Tuesday, let's say, we decided to switch to our old agency, like our OG agency from back in the days when we first started, and we were really happy with them. I'm not going to go too deep into that, why we switched to another agency, but let's say it was the language barrier. Like, the other agency was Filipino, and I mean, they spoke pretty good English, but the new agency which we worked until now was a Dutch agency. And honestly, at the start they were really good, but the moment they started getting a lot of clients, their performance started decreasing, the emails got shit, and it took like a week or two to get one small change done in the emails, and also very generic mails and all that. And we don't want that. We want to have, like, our attributed revenue from email was around 6% for stores doing around 40K days, which is really, really low. You want it to be at least 20%, and they also have the results of showing us, like, look, a store like yours, we can easily put it up to 20-25% attributed revenue from Klaviyo alone. So I think if we had that on Black Friday, we could have crushed even a 200K euro a day. So that would have been even more insane. But whatsoever, like, we learned from it. It's our first ever Black Friday. I think we played it well. We learned a lot. We took notes, and we're implementing, and we only improve from here. And also, like, you might be wondering, like, what small website changes did we do? A small banner like this under the add to cart button. Took this example, but you know what I mean. Like, just something that pops up in someone's eye when they're scrolling on your product page. Because keep in mind, most people won't even see your homepage. They will only see your product page. So it's very important that the offer is very clear and simple on the product page and the collection page, because most people won't even see the homepage or the About Us page or whatsoever. So adding this under the add to cart really helps people to realize, okay, this store is running Black Friday. So first of all, this store is still up to date. Imagine if we were running a closure sale or clearance sale on Black Friday. People would be like, is this store even still live? Like, where's the Black Friday? Because currently it's Black Friday and they're running a closure sale, clearance sale, anniversary sale, whatever. So having an up-to-date sale and making it clear is very important. And then here also, this was an announcement banner we added on top of the page. Our biggest sale ever ends soon. We made sure it was popping out, so we didn't make it black with white letters. We made it red with white letters to make really pop in someone's eye. Under that, we have obviously the header with the navigation, and under that we had stacking discounts, for example, like mentioning again, more in a discreet way, like in a gray bar with black text, like buy 2, 10% off, buy 3, 15% off, and so on. We made sure the stacking discounts we're working on all of our stores, because that's something really important with Google. You want to focus on is AOV. AOV is really important because most people, they search for an item, they find it, and they buy it. But obviously you're paying, especially during Black Friday, the CPCs skyrockets through the roof. Like, we were seeing CPCs of $2, which are absurd when we're used to having CPCs of 0.4, 0.5 tops in big 5 markets. So it was really important to optimize on AOV, and I think we did really well also. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it, like a little breakdown of how we did this was all during Black Friday and during the whole Black Friday weekend. These things we covered up, so email, but most importantly it was communication with our media buyer, which was really the key. And obviously we also had some fun. We were in a call pretty much all day. Like, honestly, there was not much to do. Like, we were pretty surprised. There was nothing, like, no major problems, no like anything that really occurred that we couldn't fix within a minute. So honestly, the whole day was more like monitoring and just enjoying the fruits of our own labor. That was pretty much it. We were just having a blast and enjoying this first ever Black Friday that we had. Because sadly last year we got an ad account block. We were doing Meta back in the day, and both our ad accounts got blocked. So that's quite annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much how we played Black Friday. I hope this video was really valuable. And if you guys like this kind of raw content, just a simple Loom video and edit it, make sure to drop a nice comment, leave a like. And if you're interested in joining the AB Inner Circle, I'll drop a link below in the description. We share all tons of content like this in there. We have a weekly group call. We have a whole module about Google and how to get started. We also have a lot of value about Meta. We even have a coach in there who is really an expert at Meta. We are more switching out to the side of Google. We're also helping quite a few people personally, one-on-one, to help them scale. But that's like really exclusive. We don't promote it or whatever. But that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.